Yo, what it do, guys, and welcome back to another video. Now, today's video is going to be something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about, reviewing, recapping honest opinions about the Warframe 1999 update that was just released this December 2024, because by the time this video is out, we're probably in 2025, so so let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, before I do go ahead and jump into a few more things, first of all, we'll keep it spoiler free. Second of all, if you're a returning player or someone who wants to know what is happening and what's going on with the game, hopefully this video answers quite a few things for you. And third and finally, a massive thank you, because this video is also brought to you on behalf of Digital Extreme. So thank you very much for the sponsorship. But they wanted to know, they say, Clark, what is your opinion about the update? And I went, let me sum it up for you in the video. So here we are, that's what we're doing. Let's go ahead and continue. So we're going to answer a couple of questions, just like three things really quickly. Number one, yes, it's still free to play, okay, because there's a few people who are like, wait, what's going on? Number two, no, it's not on a new client. Warframe 1999 is a quest that basically comes after like War Within and Whispers of the Wall. It's still in the game, don't worry. You don't, I see a few people who are returning back to the game going, do I need to is this like a standalone game? No, it's not. It's in Warframe, don't worry. And then the last thing is, if you do go and see these human-like warframes there with like characters and so forth, now if you're somebody in the past who really had a particular main, like I started off with Excalibur, well, we've actually got like human-like versions of them in a bit of a weirder kind of reality, but we'll get to that without too much spoilers in a bit as well. So you will go and see those, but these are called proto frames, and oh my god, we want a lot more of these, right? So before I do go and continue, I've got one question for you right now. Think it through off the top of your heads. If DE and even myself, but if Digital Extremes gave you the permission right here, right now, and you could pick one proto frame guaranteed to come out in the next update, which proto frame would you pick? Because I want to go ahead and know, and everyone's got their own. Will you pick your main, or are you going to pick someone that maybe you can go ahead and romance? Oh, I'm just saying. Oh my goodness, Grendel lovers are rejoicing right now. All five of them. Right. So now really quickly, overall recap of it. Where does the update stand? In my eyes, I would put it into like the top 5 bracket. Yeah, I think it's actually that good. I think it's in the top 5 bracket. So we got updates like, and just a couple of updates for comparison. If you ever played Jovian Concord, do you remember the rework of Jupiter? This might only going to talk about people who've been playing at the time of those updates. So the rework of Jupiter, Jovian Concord update was phenomenal. Not only did we get Wisp, we got the Rapala list, we got Lois talk about my father as a farmer. Like, oh my god, that dialogue was horrendous. I heard it over and over again as I was farming for Wisp with Rapala list. And then we got the new game mode Disruption, and the rework of just seeing what DE can actually do when they really knuckle down and just take something that they've got and improve it, you know? Jovian Concord and the Jupiter rework is phenomenal. Now, as you could imagine, we want that for some of the other planets. Imagine planets like Eris, you know? There are some nodes on Venus that are a bit, I mean, someone brought it up to me. What is the Europa? Oh my god. Listen, I like the idea of kind of the outdoorsy tile set with like crash tile ships and stuff, but look at the state of that, and then look at like Jovian Concord and Whispers in the Wall and all these other tile sets. That was a phenomenal rework. It's up there as one of the best updates that they've done, and it just is, alongside impactful updates like Plains of Eidolon, which kind of brought like a whole new vibe to the game. Obviously, it was the very first of the open worlds, but Plains of Eidolon was phenomenal for us to go ahead and jump into. It was an absolute eye-opener, and it was like, hang on a second, DE, you're onto something here. Obviously, don't get me wrong, nowadays we could still do more with open worlds. And we currently have like 4 of them, right? Which is Plains of Eidolon, Fortuna, Deimos, and Deviri. So we can go and do a bit more with them, but damn, they're cool. And we could only imagine if they could connect to like one another in a weird way, that'd be even cooler. But there's a lot of assets, a lot of loading screens. So, but that was also really good. And the last update that I would go and say that it's kind of up there with is Abyss of the Gaff. Now, in terms of quality of life, Abyss of the Gaff gave us so much quality of life. I won't go into it too much because the pages were plentiful. There was way too much, but that right there just shows you that those kind of updates is where Warframe 1999 is currently sitting. Now, if you've been playing the game for a long time as well, I think you would be pretty much in the same agreement if you've already done it, that it's up there. Top 5 updates, it's gotta be. I don't know if it's number 1. I don't actually know what my number 1 is. Maybe it's Oh, I don't know. Whatever introduced Grendel at this point. Nah, I don't know what my number one is, but either way, it's in the top 5. So they've absolutely blown it out of the park right now. They really did want to come in swinging, and boy, did they swing. And we don't even have everything yet. So keep that in mind. We'll get to those things in a bit. So let's go and talk about a few different things. And obviously, we've got timestamps down here as well. The quest line. Now, I'm going to keep this spoiler free. So I'm only going to say a few things about the quest line. Forgive me, all right? But number one is... how was the quest? How did I find it? Now, I won't lie to you, I found it a little bit confusing as we were getting towards the middle to end of the quest line, because I wasn't really sure where we were going to go with this. There are things that are basic answers, but if anything, the one thing that it has done has made me invested to want more. I now need to know more and want more with the Hex Syndicate. And furthermore, is there more than just the Hex Syndicate? Is there these other frames that could be working, or proto frames that could be working within the ICR? We know Arthur and Letty and a few others were inside the ice. I wonder if there's more. Now, again, this is why I said to you guys, what do you think about the proto frames? Who would you go and list? I really want to know who else could also be tied within this timeline. And do keep in mind, we are probably due like an Echoes of Deviri, Echoes of Zaraman. We always get like one mainline update. You get like Whispers in the Wall, and then you get Dante's Unbound. You get like you get Angels of Zaraman, Echoes of Zaraman. You go and get Deviri Paradox, Echoes of the Paradox, or Echoes of Deviri, whatever it's called. So it's going to be the same here. We are also due another update that's going to be on top of what we currently got, and I think that that's phenomenal. So and we still got the invested liches, but we'll get to that later. So that's looking really good. The questline was good. It just made me want more, and I really want to see where we go from here, and will the characters still be involved. Now, we got a new mall hall that you can go and see up on the screen as well. And not much going to say about the hall. I do like the overall aesthetic of it, but the one place that I do like is the arcade area. If you're old like me, the arcade area is where I spent most of my childhood getting into gaming. So seeing like little bits like this, it's very easy to go and relate to. There's CDs and CD players and whatever, and all of this stuff is just, again, I could only imagine if you're much younger right now, like 16, 17 years old, like you guys must feel a little bit of like, I don't know if you guys still have the same connection as people. I don't know. You guys can go let me know, like, especially people who are in like the 30, 40s as well. Do you still feel like I have that same connection? Do you think the update would have mean as much to you if you was a little bit younger? I still feel like the connection's there regardless. The 90s were a very phenomenal time anyways, but yeah, regardless, that's just nostalgia kicking in right now. I'm a 90s baby, okay? Now, a few other things going to talk about, it was the Pom-2 PC. Now, first things first, before I even talk about the PC itself, is the moment you go ahead and type and log on, that music in the background is absolutely a masterpiece. It will go up there as some of the best music. It's just so peaceful. I know a lot of people want to go ahead and have that as like maybe ringtones or alarms or something else like that. I'm sure there's like 10-hour videos being uploaded on YouTube of just the music in the background. It is so well done. I really, really like it. So you get that sense of coziness when you're logging onto the PC, the sound of the keys being hit when you're typing, and you do go and talk to the Hex members as well. You can go and get a little bit of dialogue, learn more about their history, and that can even lead into a romance system. Now, I can't talk too much about that. Well, number one is I don't want to spoil it for anyone else, and number two is I've barely done that much myself, but I did go and romance Letty towards the Latinas, right? Steady on. So who did you guys go ahead and romance? I'm also curious. And like I said, is there someone else within the Warframe universe that you would like to go and romance within the Warframes themselves? I don't know. But one thing in the Pom-2 PC I really want to go talk about is the calendar system. Oh my god, they have nailed it. What I didn't expect that there'd be another way to go and get Arcane shards like this within the update. So really enjoying that. Those weekly Arcane shards and adapters and catalysts and so forth. These like little and the challenges are so easy to go and do. So you're only talking about like an extra hour and a half of your time to go ahead and just kill a couple of enemies in specific ways, like melee kills and so forth, and just really good rewards. Like I love feeling rewarded when I play the game, and Arcane shards and Arcanes, and this is how you reward players for playing the game. So thank you for that. Genuinely, thank you. I speak on behalf of the community, surely, right? Thank you guys for that, D. I appreciate that. I really do like that system. Now, we also got some other things, and this is where I wanted to go and talk about it, was the season changes inside the tile set. You got spring, summer, autumn, and winter, and we'll go and see that rotate a little bit more. So when you do go and play, we started off with all the snow and the winter theme, and right now it's currently spring. It will change soon. That theme, any chance we could get a theme like that going on within Earth, basically. To put it simply, Earth. Plains of Wildlands, so forth. Now imagine those you guys can see where I'm coming from with that, right? I think that would be so damn cool. Now again, it's a lot of coding, it's a lot of other things, but damn, that would really spice up Earth and some of the missions that you go and jump into when it's like a winter season. So it'd be easier to see plants that you're looking to scan, or maybe it hides the plants because the snow's on top of them, you know? Really opens up some different playability towards just Earth. But now we do have some new enemy factions. I don't have too much to go and say about them. I think the Infested's kind of cool. They're very just basically like the Infesteds, so there's not much else to go and say there. But the Scourger, I do like the design of them. They definitely had a bit more of a, you can get almost a Grenier theme from them without really seeing that they are actually Grenier, whereas the Infested are just Infested. Like they got TVs on them basically. So I do like the themes to them, but the Scourger, I was definitely a bit more like, oh, that looks pretty cool. Some of them look really weird, like the Dedicant, the big guy with like the 1,000 eyes that looks like a fly. I don't know what's going on, and he's so tanky. Anyways, I do like the design of them. Now we do have new game modes like the PvEvP game mode. Finally, some Conclave stand-in. I can't believe it. In about 5-6 years, I haven't touched any form of Conclave stand-in, and now just recently I've actually ranked up in Conclave. I can't believe it. The game mode itself is really good. The only thing that I didn't really like about it, and again, we're being honest, was there's certain Eximus units in the Assassination game mode of it. Just the balancing just needs to be a bit fine-tuned, but besides from that, the other game modes, they're all right. Maybe searching for the fuel canisters is a little bit exhausting, but for the most part, they're pretty good. And in terms of facing off against one another, it's not super sweaty, which is also just really nice as well. And the rewards are also pretty balanced. The winning team just gets 50 extra phosphor. The losing team doesn't get that 50 extra. So sue me, you know, oh, we lost. Okay, we lost out 50 phosphor. It's not the end of the world. And that's also nice as well, because some people do want to go ahead and get their rewards without feeling like almost a little bit punished. I wouldn't mind if the overall Conclave stand-in increased a bit. 1,500 standing for losing is generally quite little, but I also get it. It's technically supposed to be a bit competitive, but if we could double that to the 3,000 and double the 3,000 to the 6,000, I wouldn't mind that. It's just, it takes a lot of games, even per day, just to go ahead and get that done for your daily stand-in. But hey, it is what it is. I just got a lot of stuff I need from PvP. Now, there is a new Assassination. There is a tank, but one thing that's cool about the tank, and I want to go and show you guys this here really quickly, is if you go ahead and solo this tank, and there's an upgraded version of it. You guys remember in Whispers in the Wall, there was a boss called Fragmented Tides, and we called it 30 Eyes, and then we have an evolved version called 60 Eyes. Right, well, if you didn't know, there is actually a bigger version of this tank. Well, it's not bigger, it's just a harder version of the tank. And if you solo it with the proto frames, right, you can go and get a special glyph, and I should hopefully put the glyphs on the screen here. I got all 6 of them, and oh my god, I wouldn't say it posed that much of a challenge, but it was definitely like I can see quite a few people not getting these glyphs. One, because they may not know of it, and two, because it is a little bit challenging, especially on the first phase of the tank. Second phase wasn't too bad, but the first phase was like, oh god, there's a lot of like disabled abilities, and you have to shield gate for survival, and it's pretty cool. Anyways, look into that if you haven't already. Other things that we got in here was the Endless Capture game mode. Personally, I just really like it. There's not much else going to say there. I just like the idea of it, and I wouldn't mind if we had more other Endless Captures. I think Endless Capture is actually a good concept. You know, I don't see anything that's wrong with it, so it's nice and easy. Now, there was a new Warframe called Sight. I don't really know how else to go and sum this guy up, but if you're new to Warframe and you see someone staring at a wall shooting through it, don't worry, he's not going crazy, he's just using his abilities, because that is Sight. Yes, he looks like he's wall hacking, it's crazy. But really cool kind of running gunner there. So if you're a person who likes running and gunning, we got like a brand new runner and gunner. There's also new weapons like the Vespa 77, and I bloody love this thing. I love this thing with the new mods as well, like Acuity. Hopefully I'll put that on the screen as well. You get this weak point damage. It actually rivals the multi-shot mods. Now, in some cases, yes, in some cases, no, but the fact that I'm not using multi-shot mods on a weapon, to me, blows my mind, because multi-shot is literally just 3 damage, and they've managed to find a way to try to rival them. So fair play to DE, all right? I do like the Acuity mods. They work really well on these kind of single target hitters, snipers, rifles like Velt, or stuff like that. Really, really nice as well. Shakur, give it Shakur. Just really, really good there. Now, we do have a new vehicle as well, the Atomicycle. Okay, now here's the thing. I don't use the Atomicycle a lot, but I want to go and point out 2 things, and this has got to give credit where credit's due. You ready? when we played the Warframe 1999 demo that came out, it was a couple of months ago, the Atomicycle was not fun to use. It just wasn't. It was stiff, it was janky, it wasn't very good. They listened to us, kind of fixed and balanced an awful lot of it. It's working way better. And not only that, and this is the second thing, was it was bugged and we could use it in all of the missions. We weren't supposed to. DE were also like, do you know what? Genuinely, do that. That's fine, you know? Now, there were even further bugs than that where you could go ahead and use it in Railjack out in space, but obviously to patch those ones. But being able to use that, it's stuff like this that you're not going to find with a lot of developers to go ahead and listen, react, amend, and then go ahead and encourage us to go ahead and utilize bug turned features. Genuinely, really well done. Thank you for that. I'm not saying that I'm going to use an awful lot, but I do want to go ahead and give credit where credit's due. That's a very good sign of a very good developer in my eyes. There are things like the arcade game Caliber Chicks 2. Now, I haven't done an awful lot of this, but I will go ahead and ask, does anybody know if there's a poster at the end of this? You know, like Happy Sether and Wormius? Is there a poster if I go ahead and reach like a certain score? Does anyone know? Because if there is, I need to go ahead and do it. I just haven't got that far in here. I played it a little bit, but I've just been so busy with videos and streams and so forth that I haven't caught up with it. But let me know if anybody does know there's a poster there. Now, we did talk about the Gemini series skins as well, these proto frames and how they looked. They're just phenomenal, and the transition that you can go and do with them is also just phenomenal. Genuinely, they've cooked so much. Again, once again, the art department, the sound department, and everybody is just coming together, delivering a fantastic update. So thank you very much for that as well. Now, we did go and get Trinity rework and Nyx rework, and good God, let that be, again, the quality that we continue to go forwards with. Now, Trinity, for what it's worth, she's in a better spot. Don't get me wrong. Nyx, on the other hand, is not only just in a better spot, she's in an unkillable spot. Her Simulate Augment is absolutely crazy to go and use right now. I have videos on them. Feel free to go check those out. I won't talk too much, but yes, if you're a person who enjoyed Nyx or Trinity in the past, they've been reworked and they're much better. Now, we do have some new Arcanes as well, and there's actually nuts now how many Arcanes we have in total. Don't stop, DE, please don't. Furthermore, since we're kind of going down this variety route, because Arcanes are not only encouraging existing builds, but they're reviving past builds. They genuinely are. They're helping, like the summoning related ones as well. Keep going. This is what we like. This helps build variety, and I'm going to be all about the build variety. Now, there are other things as well. Also, there was the other thing that I would like to go and see is more Archon shards and different variants as well. I think that will happen a bit more further down the line. Maybe we can get like black, white, silver, gold kind of shards coming through. But yeah, I love this variety. It helps build crafting. Now, this one here was a big one because this one caught me off guard. A brand new Backroom, as in, like, you know, well, I don't want to give too many spoilers on certain things, but you know the Orbiter, you know how we got like another version of that as well within a particular quest line? Well, we got another one now as well with Warframe 1999, as in, like, you could do everything that you want to do here in this room that you could do on your ship. That even includes helmet. I just burped, but that's crazy, you know? That's crazy. It's so well done. Love the back rooms. And you can decorate it at your own accord and your own will. But good God, I would have to move a lot of stuff from my ship to go to decorate this room. So for now, I'm just appreciative of the room. And then we got other things like quality of life. They had brand new updates to things like no more mastery rank delays. If you fail a mastery rank test, you ain't gotta wait 23 hours to go and do it again. Yes, and like they just nailed it again. Each department nailed it, and they just brought together a solid update. And again, cycling back to what I said earlier, infested liches, we don't even have those yet. Now, they did delay them because they didn't want them to be super bugged, so they were like, look, we're gonna pin them until like the next year, and that's totally respectable. You got to go and respect that. I would much rather that they function than be frustrated because I tried to get this lich and something broke and I was like, do you know what, I can't be bothered. So I'm super looking forward to that. I'm super looking forward to whatever this Echoes update could possibly be, and whether or not there'll be a new frame that comes out with that, because we're going off patterns. If you think about it, 7 Crimes of Calervo, Dante's Unbound, something with Angels of Zariman. I'm pretty sure they got someone, I can't remember, but looking really good. The whole Warframe 1999 format, it's going to be very interesting to see where do we, as like basically drifter / operator, where do we go from now? What's going to happen? Are we going to see more of these guys? Are going to be more proto frames? Where does the quest go? Overall, as an update, very little to complain about, genuinely. I would say there was only like a couple of side bounty objectives, like you have somewhere it's like destroy X things, that's fine. But then there were things like mercy finisher 5 enemies. Problem is, I'm too strong, so mercy finishing enemies was a nightmare to do. But besides from that, that's what I mean. I'm looking for things to be like, do you know what? That wasn't good. This wasn't good. How dare they do that? How dare? No, they just nailed it. They genuinely just, it's gotta go up there in a top 5 update. So, hey, I've yapped enough, all right? It's about a 20-minute video, give or take. Let me know your thoughts. Genuinely, where would you rank it? Where would you rate it? Do you think it was a good update? Were there certain things that maybe disappointed you with the update? There's no harm in that, because I'm looking at quite a lot of positives right now. And again, I'm trying to bring negatives into it. I'm struggling to find some, so there's no harm in bringing it up, like for discussion. Where could they improve? I'm sure they would like the feedback. There's nothing wrong with that. So let me know, what are you guys going to think? And what did you guys enjoy most from the update? Was there something that caught you off guard and you was pleasantly surprised? Like 2 new Simulacrum rooms as well on top of it. Like, there's a lot of areas that they hit that really probably please like everybody, whether you're a capturer person or you're a person who likes new game modes, or you're a person who wants lore, or if you're a person who enjoys the music. It doesn't matter. Everybody, nearly, well, pretty much nearly everybody got something that they would end up enjoying and promote and you know, just bring them together. So overall, really good thing. Now I'm going to stop yapping. I just want to go thank DE once again. I thought it was a great update. I'm really thankful to be part of the update. I'm really looking forward to see what they go and do from here. But massive shout out to DE once again for sponsoring this video. I really do appreciate all the support that you guys continue to give me and the other content creators. And not even just that, look at the Atomicycle thing and the community. Thank you for just being an awesome developer in general. So I really do appreciate it. I'm going to catch all of you guys again in the next video. Like, share, subscribe if you guys want to go ahead and hang out more often. But I appreciate you guys being here today. Thank you guys for listening to my absolute ramblings. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everybody. Take care.